Johnny with Holly.
Hello.
We're going to do something that we'll probably be doing fairly often, I'd say, on the channel, which is we're going to do a reading.
Yeah.
Or Holly's going to do a reading.
Yes. And we're gonna ask Spirit, what would the next best step be for everyone's healing? Thank you, Spirit.
For everyone that's watching this.
For everyone, for all of us, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For the collective.
Oh, there we have a card that wants to come out.
Ooh, cornucopia, which is abundance. Indecision also came out.
Yeah, let's show. What deck is this?
This is the Energy Oracle card deck.
Okay.
And I believe
Cornucopia?
what I'm getting from this, since I first saw the cornucopia, which is abundance. If you can see like all the abundance that's in this card, it's beautiful and it looks like heaven. So I would say that Spirit wants us to know, and it says the number 11.
Ooh, that's one of our numbers. We met on 111.
And
Keeps coming up.
11 is actually a master number, and my numerologist my numerologist told me that when I would fall in love when I was whole, and the man that I would find was completely whole. So it means two wholes can join to one, and I think that can mean either, for all of us, that you will find love and abundance either externally or within, because you have to love yourself within in order to get the external part, your partner. But this is more than that. So I think it means that everyone is going to get their heaven on earth and their abundance. But first, we have to choose, because we are the creators. So let's stop being comfortable and confused and make a choice.
Is the 8 significant there?
Yes.
That it's 8 indecision, that you could get stuck in a loop of indecision?
You could, absolutely. And it's actually also the infinity symbol when you turn it sideways.
Right, that's what I was wondering. Is you're stuck in a infinite loop of indecision?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the decision unlocks the infinite.
I think that would be more so, because 8 is also the number 4 that symbolizes abundance.
Yeah.
So I think it's telling us to love ourselves and whatever we put our focus on grows. So let's put our focus here.
And I feel like for you and me personally, that would be on our channel, on us.
Yes.
Putting everything us first, and
Yes.
then in some way, somehow,
Sharing. So that,
that'll bring abundance to us and others.
right. Because when
Oh,
we
wow.
heal ourselves, it's actually healing the collective, because there's
That's
a
true.
ripple effect.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's how you're sending out good energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yes, exactly. So, and then I'm going to ask one more question from the Power of Surrender cards.
Okay.
So, what does the collective and us, what do we need to surrender most right now? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. Wow. Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life, because what you focus on grows. And if you focus on resentments, then you're going to just keep hitting your head against that wall, and you're going to keep finding reasons to resent people. Or we can just realize that we don't really need to take life so seriously and just love each other and ourselves. And really, we came here to love. That's what Jesus was trying to tell us.
Absolutely. And I was telling her just today that doing these videos and having, even though I don't want to look at myself, having to do it really allows me to be conscious and aware of the fact that I am awareness. I am not really John. I am the thing that lives within John, the vessel. And it comes from our source creator,
Yes.
God. And Jesus obviously had that in full. And so it's the return of the Christ consciousness or whatever. And especially once you've been, again, to certain states, you can recall that and call back on it, you know.
Absolutely.
Once you've had a God experience, a spiritual awakening, life-changing spiritual event,
Mm-hmm.
then you can just kind of call back on that sometimes, just for a second, just to remind yourself
Right.
where you come from, that you came here as a spirit and you'll leave as a spirit, and
We came here
you
to
will
grow.
remain. Yes.
And we came
Grow.
here to grow and
Training.
this
Leveling up our
life
souls.
school. And I feel like we are here now to break patterns, because we've all been living all these trauma loops. Everyone has. I feel like I've
Absolutely.
even had friends that have had signs of sexual abuse, but they never were sexually abused, but their parent was sexually abused. So it's like they took on some of those behaviors even though it never actually happened to them.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah, that I have seen that in people, and I feel like that has also intensified my own trauma. That within my lineage, my mom was raped, my grandma was raped her whole life, over and over again, and so it's like I know, I'm aware finally that there even are patterns to break. I feel like a lot of the collective doesn't realize that there are patterns to break. And
Right,
yeah.
right. And because we're so bombarded, people don't realize they grew up in a unique time of human history where they are bombarded with programming. Whether you think that it affects you or not, is you're bombarded, just like in the movie Minority Report or something, you're bombarded with ads or with
School.
just every type of media, or just
School,
accidentally
they
exposed
teach
to
you.
just expectations you come in on you socially in a variety of situations with a variety of different relationships, that you're just, when you come into this world, expected to play that game and play it their way. And people don't even realize that they've never thought for themselves sometimes.
Because we're running on these automatic programs, our subconscious, because our subconscious,
They're living life like multiple choice instead of writing their own story.
Right. Well, they have even proven in the past that schools were made to brainwash the collective to be a certain way, because they don't teach meditation, they don't teach dream interpretations, they don't teach the things that really matter, because really
Or
it all starts
life
within.
skills.
It all starts within, and they don't talk about stuff like that. They don't talk about
figuring out your life path may be important as you're growing up.
How your vision, you can create your reality by your focus.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should be teaching our youth that from the start so that they can practice.
And we've been talking to, especially our oldest, your oldest, Gage, is he's about to turn 9, and like, you want to talk? Should we talk about? Well, let's just do it. So when I first came on the scene here, he was having trouble getting his homework done. That was one thing that just wasn't happening. It was reading, especially, and he's like there telling me he can't do it. That it's beyond him. He's tried and tried and tried, and he can't. He doesn't know. Reading's just too hard for him. And he's dumb, all this kind of stuff. And so I just told him is like, buddy, here's what you wouldn't even believe this, but this is the truth. You are something more than just those thoughts. Okay? You're a spirit that lives inside your body, and those thoughts are a part of you that we call the ego, and it is a liar. And it's going to tell you things like that because it doesn't want to try, or it's afraid of failing. It's scared, and it operates off fear, and you cannot trust it. You could acknowledge those thoughts, but then all you need to do is just be in the moment. Because he wouldn't know what mindfulness is or being present.
He said all you need to do is focus
one letter at a time, and you got this. Just stay in the word, and you can read this one word at a time. I know you can.
And right after that, we were right in the middle of doing the homework, and he actually started reading it. Right after that conversation, he just started reading it fluently, like not even just broken up like when you first are reading. He read it quite fluently, and Johnny and I just were looking at each other just completely shocked, because before we had the conversation, he was like like he was literally just making weird funny noises, not wanting to even try, and thinking that he couldn't do it, and he wasn't doing it. After the conversation, he was so good at it, and I was just completely blown away, and it put me to tears, of course. Proud mom. And
you could just tell he didn't have a reading problem, he just had a focus problem.
Yeah, and I think that proved
a lot of people do.
Yes. Exactly.
Because it's hard to stay focused. And I'll tell you what, I know that our spirits agreed to be on Earth. Your spirit agreed to be here on Earth in this time. And it's, like I say, a tornado of stuff and media. And how are you supposed to be? How do you want to be? What do you believe? What's your, what's your idea of spirituality? What's your idea of faith? What's your idea of God? Everybody's formulating their own, now that we have access to everybody's opinion on everything. And I think if you're watching this, you're probably a little bit open-minded, I'd like to think. And so we're all trying to figure it out together, and
everyone has a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Which is why we're getting our story out, and we encourage all of you to get your stories out, because you never know what someone needs to hear to heal themselves. Or
that's the only reason why we're doing this, is like, we're living a meaningful life. I didn't sign up for an easy life. I signed up for a meaningful one, and I've got it, and we want to share it. So if it's of use to somebody, or if you just want to hang out with us, watch a video and hang out, feel like you're hanging out with us, then, and comment and all that, whatever.
It feels like, when we have, and all of us have, in the depths of hell,
and you pull yourself out of it.
We want to get out, and that is what he and I have been doing. We've been looking for truth and realizing that we don't have to keep doing this. We don't have to be who they tell us they want us to be. We can choose. We don't have to limit ourselves anymore. We can, the more we remember who we are, the freer we are. And honestly, the key to awareness is meditation. Because you start, the closer you get to the silence, the peace, which everyone is afraid of.
And we're going to be doing some guided meditation videos too, where, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll be uploading some of that too. And because that'll keep us meditating, if nothing else, and we need.
Yes, absolutely.
To do that.
So, because the more you remember and you sit with God, it seems like everyone is afraid of the silence, and the thing that you fear the most is what you should face, which is yourself. And we should all just realize that we're loving beings and we shouldn't be afraid of ourselves. And sadness and that we shouldn't be judging our emotions like we do. Like, who said that sadness has to be bad? Maybe we just look at it in a different way and we say, well, the sadness wants to be...
What's it telling me?
Yeah.
Sometimes, for me as a programmer, the way, you know, because we talk about how sometimes you just need the right phrasing of something for it to really click and solidify, like to fall into gear, as it were.
Yeah, like you could hear something from someone and it not fully makes sense, or maybe you think it makes sense, but then you hear it from a different person saying it a different way, and you're like, oh, I really get it now.
And for me, like, okay, so as a programmer, if you run your program and like the web page, let's say, it'll come up with like a 404 error or 500 error or some kind of 200 error, or, you know, something, and it makes you sweat and it makes your stomach drop, or it used to, like at the beginning when I first started to learn programming. And then I was like, no, those pages are my friend because they're giving me information on what's wrong.
Yeah. And
once I started thinking of my feelings as that, as like, oh,
they're pointers.
They're telling me, that something's, and even if I don't want to feel it, is I'm going to have to power through it in order to figure out how to overcome it. And that's what we're also doing this channel for, is to share that stuff so you guys can see us deal with it and handle it. And if that's of help to someone else, or just knowing that you're not alone either.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that helps.
Yes, absolutely. So let's all surrender resentments and love each other, love ourselves. One more thing before we go. I have to share this Tony Robbins thing that when I did his course, it was the funniest thing to me. He had one of his buddies on his program, and he was talking about how hard we are on ourselves, and how when you have a baby and your baby goes, "Ma," and they don't say mom or mother, you know, they don't say it properly, of course, because they're learning, and we're like, "Oh, good job," you know. We don't say, "Shut up, you stupid baby. I can't believe you can't say mother. You can't say mom. What's your problem?" Like, that's what we are doing to ourselves. And so he said, you know, you should be like, "Oh, I went potty. Good job." And we should just be proud of ourselves for like, "Oh my God, I cared about myself enough to wash my hair. This is self-love. Go me." We should just be celebrating.
Give yourself credit.
Ourselves.
It's like,
yeah.
like practicing gratitude. You know?
But I will say, like, of course, I still do it, you know, talk bad about myself and whatever. But
sometimes you do it without being aware.
Yeah.
I'm starting to catch those now, Dad. Like, oh, you sneaky little bastard. No, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a way to find the negative.
Yeah,
But when you see it going in that direction, that's where awareness is important, because sometimes we just get so carried away.
And fortunately for us too, I mean, I guess this is what you hope for in a relationship, right? Is we don't seem to have those moments at the same time.
Not yet.
She'll lift me up and I'll lift her up when we need to. So
we kind of did one time, but it was pretty short-lived. My lunch. but that's pretty good for 3 months.
That's how big a deal it wasn't.
We didn't
I don't
even
remember.
Right. It wasn't a big deal at all. And we just like to hold each other accountable. Like, if he tells me, that you said that kind of mean, and you didn't have to sound that way, which he's never had to ever say that to me.
I don't remember when this was either.
but we call each other out lovingly when something bothers us, because we don't want to resent each other.
Yes.
We don't want to have resentment.
Not at all.
And that is how I feel like that's the number one cause of relationships ending, is you keep shutting yourself up because you think that your feelings don't matter. But just remember that your feelings do matter, and they're telling you your boundaries, so you should just honor yourself. And with that, I just wanted to tell you all that we love you all, and
we do.
We're gonna leave it at that. Sorry, I get emotional because I just love everyone so much, and I know that sounds really cheesy, but
you are the love, you are the light. Don't fucking forget it.
I just don't want anyone to feel pain anymore, and we just
if anyone watching this is in pain, feel free to
comment. And reach out, and we would love to talk to you and help you find hope, because that's what we had to find. So
we'd really like, if possible, for people to not have to do that.
Yeah. So we're here for you. You're here for us, and we love you all.